So there I was, barbecue sauce on my titties. Oh hi, I didn't know you were there. This is literally the worst place I could have chosen to film. Wait a second. Yeah, that's probably better. So lately I've been rereading the Harry Potter book series. Well, I say rereading, I only ever read books 5 to 7 before, so it feels like I'm reading an extended version of the films with much better characters and the same cast. I'm lazy. I don't have time to go recasting these characters. Well, no, that is not true. I have actually recasted the Marauders and Snape to be the actual age that they were supposed to be, because in the films, in the movies, they are like way too old. They like 50 or something like that, and they're supposed to be 30. And by the last film, most of the actors are like 60 or something. Look at Gary Oldman and Alan Rickman. No, that shit's just wrong. No, they're supposed to be 30 years old. So the other day I was surfing the interwebs and I came across something which is really interesting, and the fucking people in my street won't shut up. Anyways, it's a Harry Potter it's a Harry Potter chapter that is entirely written by a bot, which was fed the 7 books, and then they made it write these, and it's absolutely bananas in the most uncanny valley sort of way. This is Harry Potter and the... Wait, let's do that again. This is Harry Potter and the portrait of what looks like a large pile of ash. Chapter 13. The Handsome One. The castle grounds snarled with a wave of magically magnified wind. The sky outside was a great black ceiling, which was full of blood. What the fuck? The only sounds drifting from Hagrid's hut were the disdainful shrieks of his own furniture. Magic, Colin. It was something that Harry Potter thought was very good. What? Yeah, I'm sure Harry did think that magic was very good. But... leathery shades of rain lashed at Harry's ghost as he walked across the grounds towards the castle. Ron was standing there and doing a kind of frenzied tap dance. What the fuck? Why is Ron dancing? He saw Harry and immediately began to eat Hermione's family. What the fuck? No! Ron, no! Why did you go from tap dancing to eating Hermione's family? Is it because they're muggles? Is that something wizards do that we never found out about in the movies? Ron's shirt was just as bad as Ron himself. If you two can't climb happily, I'm going to get aggressive, confessed the reasonable Hermione. Yeah. Fuck you too, dog. Very reasonable. What about Ron magic? Offered Ron. To Harry, Ron was a loud, slow and soft bird. Harry did not like to think about birds. What the fuck? Death Eaters are on top of the castle, Ron bleated, quivering. Ron was going to be spiders. He just was. He wasn't proud of that, but it was going to be hard not to have spiders all over his body after all this said and done. Look, said Hermione. Obviously there are loads of Death Eaters in the castle. Let's listen in on their meetings. Okay, let's see how that turns out. The 3 complete friends, they were not half friends or a quarter of friends. 3 complete friends sapped onto the landing outside the door to the castle roof. They almost legged it, but witches are not climbing. Witches not be climbing. Ron looked at the doorknob and then looked at Hermione with searing pain. I think it's closed, he noticed. Locked, said Mrs. Staircase, the shabby-robed ghost. They looked at the door, screaming about how closed it was. What? And asking it to be replaced with a small orb. The password was Beef Women. Hermione cried. What? Beef Women? No caps. What? Harry, Ron and Hermione quietly stood behind a circle of Death Eaters who looked bad, as they do. Thank you very much, No, wait. I think it's okay if you like me, said one Death Eater. Thank you very much, replied the other. The first Death Eater confidently leaned forward to plant a kiss on his cheek. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of Death Eaters are these? Like, are we sure that they didn't feed fan fiction to this bot instead of the 7 books? Because it sure sounds like they did. Oh, well done, said the second as his friend stepped back again. All the other Death Eaters clapped politely. Then they all took a few minutes to go over the plan to get rid of Harry's magic. Wow. Harry could tell that Voldemort was standing right behind him. He felt a great overreaction. Harry tore his eyes from his head and threw them into the forest. Don't know what forest they're talking about, but Voldemort raised his eyebrows at Harry, who could not see anything at the moment. I wonder why that is. Voldemort, you're a very bad and mean wizard, Harry savagely said. Wait, that should have been Voldemort, you're very bad. Is that savage? Alright. Hermione nodded encouragingly. The tall Death Eater was wearing a shirt that said, Hermione has forgotten how to dance. Well, then she can ask Ron to teach her again. So Hermione dipped his face in mud. This is, again, the reasonable Hermione. Ron threw a wand at Voldemort, and everyone applauded. Ron smiled. Ron reached for his wand slowly. Ron's the handsome one, muttered Harry as he reluctantly reached for his. They cast a spell or two, and jets of green light shot out of the Death Eater's head. Ron flinched. Not so handsome now, thought Harry as he dipped Hermione in hot sauce. What? What? Not so what? The Death Eaters were dead now, and Harry was hungrier than he had ever been. The Great Hall was filled with incredible moaning chandeliers. You see, now that could actually be from the actual books. And a large librarian who had decorated the sinks with books about masonry. Okay, weird sort of decoration, but okay. Mountains of mice exploded. I'm sure Seamus was involved in that. Several long pumpkins fell out of McGonagall. What? As in, she gave birth to these pumpkins. This is so wrong. Dumbledore's hair scooted next to Hermione as Dumbledore arrived at school. The pig of Hufflepuff pulsed like a large bullfrog. Dumbledore smiled at it and placed his hand on its head. You are Hagrid now. What the fuck? There's one more page left. We're the only people who matter. He's never going to get rid of us. Harry, Hermione and Ron said in chorus. The floor of the castle seemed like a large pile of magic. The Dursleys had never been to the castle, and they were not about to come there in Harry Potter, and the portrait of what looked like a large pile of ash. Harry looked around and then fell down the spiral staircase for the rest of the summer. "I'm Harry Potter," Harry began yelling. "The Dark Arts better be worried. Oh boy." What? What? I mean, this is better than anything J.K. Rowling has ever written. That's for sure. But it's... what? I don't know what to say. This was one hell of a ride. I think I can safely say it was a roller coaster from start to finish. And I definitely didn't know where it was going. Do we even know if it was going anywhere? I'll let you tell me that. If you've got a theory about this, what was the bot trying to convey with these? What was his message? Yeah, I only have one last question. Was the hot sauce Taco Bell or Chipotle? I think I'm just going to end this video here and let you think about what you've just heard, what I've just read. I'll put the link in the description, but